It was all my idea. The stupid ones usually are. Once in a while, the genius ideas are mine too. Not on purpose, though. You know what they say. If you put like 14,000 monkeys in front of computer keyboards for 100 years, aside from a whole lot of dead monkeys, you'd end up with one masterpiece among the garbage. Then they'd start teaching it in schools to make you feel miserable, because if a monkey can write something brilliant, why can't you put 5 measly sentences together for a writing prompt? This idea. I don't know whether it was a brilliant monkey idea or a stupid Antsy idea, but it sure had power to change a whole lot of lives. I called the idea time shaving, which probably isn't what you think it is. So before you start whipping up time machines in your head, you need to listen to what it's all about. Nobody's going back in time to nuke Napoleon or give Jesus a cell phone or anything. There's no time travel at all. People are going to die, though, and in strange and mysterious ways, too, if you're into that kind of thing. Me, I was just trying to help a friend. I never meant for it to blow up like a giant Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade balloon that gets taken away by the wind. Which, by the way, is exactly how the whole thing began. On Thanksgiving morning, my friends Howie and Ira and I were hanging out in my recreational attic. We used to have a recreational basement, you know, full of all our old cruddy furniture, a TV, and a big untouchable space in the corner that was going to be for a pool table when we could afford it in some distant Star Trek-like future. Then the basement gets this toxic mold, and we have to seal it off from the rest of the house on account of the mold might escape and cause cancer or brain damage or take over the world. Even after the mold was cleaned out, my parents treated the basement like a radiation zone, uninhabitable for 3 generations. So now we have a recreational attic, full of new old furniture, and space maybe for a Monopoly board instead of a pool table. Anyway, Howie, Ira, and I were watching football that Thanksgiving morning, switching to the parade during commercials to make fun of the marching bands. Ooh, look at this one, said Ira, with an expression that was a weird mix of joy and horror at the same time. To the band's credit, they were playing an impressive rendition of I Can't Get No Satisfaction, but anything cool about it was ruined by their pink and orange uniforms. Howie shakes his head. As long as they dress like that, they're never getting any satisfaction. Antsy, don't you have a shirt like that? Asks Ira. My name's actually Anthony, but people have called me Antsy for so long I ought to get it legally changed. I like it, because there are so many Anthonys in the neighborhood, if some mother calls the name out a window, the stampede stops traffic. I'm the only Antsy, though. Except for this one time, a kid tried to steal it and call himself Antsy, so I had to start writing my name Antsy with that little R next to it for registered trademark, and I threatened to punch him out for identity theft. So anyway, about the shirt. Although I hate to admit it, yeah, I do have a shirt in orange and pink, although it was a different shade of pink. Just because I have it doesn't mean I wear it, I tell Ira. The shirt was a birthday gift from my Aunt Mona, who has no kids or common sense. I'll give you one guess how many times I've worn it since my 14th birthday. You think anyone's documented seizures from looking at that color combination? Asks Howie. We should run some tests. Great. I'll get my shirt, you can stare at it for 6 hours, and we'll see if you go into convulsions. Howie seriously considers this. Can I break for meals? Let me try to explain Howie to you. You know that annoying automated customer service voice on the phone that wastes your time before making you hold for a real person? Well, Howie's the music on hold. It's not that Howie's dumb. He's got a fertile mind when it comes to analytical stuff like math. But his imagination is a cold winter in Antarctica where the penguins never learned to swim.